won't stop until you say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it. I won't stop until you say it, say it, say it.
Alrighty, so hi guys, this is Winter. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video. Today I will be doing my everyday makeup look. Is a natural glammed out look that I do every single day. I am going to have to look over here because my mirror is right here, but I will keep turning to the camera to show you guys the progress. Hopefully you can see everything right here. This is my bare face. I did go ahead and prep my skin already. I already washed, exfoliated, all that stuff to my skin, moisturized. So let's get started. So first, I do like to do my eyebrows. I am going to play music. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I do like to listen to music when I do my makeup. Give me a minute to sip a little water because I'm thirsty. You gotta stay hydrated. Oh, I gotta put my finger all up in here. Hold on. Alrighty, so let's get started finally. But first, I am going to do my eyebrows. I am the type to do my eyebrows first. I do not do foundation first. So, bruh. Alright guys, so you're not confused. This was originally supposed to be my everyday makeup routine, but because after I edited everything, it turned out to be a 56-minute video, and I know I wouldn't even want to watch my own 56-minute video. I decided to take the eyebrow part out and just make a separate video for me doing my eyebrows and make a separate video for me doing my foundation. So that's what I decided to do here. This is just going to be my everyday foundation routine for oily skin. So yeah, let's just jump back into the video.
Electric chair.
Now we're going to move on to the face. So the primer I used is the Fenty Beauty primer. It's the True Matte Pro Filter primer. I did get this at Sephora and I love this primer, especially because I do live in Florida and I do have oily skin. I have extremely oily skin, except in the winter my skin kind of gets dry. But what I'm going to do is I squirt a good amount in my hand. Let me show y'all how much I squirt. I do 3 of them, y'all. I know some people are probably cringing, but I do 3 pumps. And I use my hand and I just rub it in, y'all. So now I'm going to take my Bare Mineral Prime Time. I put a dab of this on my nose and I just rub it in. So, there we go. So a little dab. You do not want to put, just a little dab. You do not want to put a lot of this on your face. So after that, I use my Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control Setting Spray. I'm gonna spray this on. So I do drown my face. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but I do it the most. I have a heavy hand. So you want to make sure this is not all the way dried down, but you know, I feel like I missed my chin. There we go. Not all the way dried down, but you want to make sure it's pretty, it's not like extremely wet, you know. And I'm about to go wet my sponges and I'm gonna come right back. And I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, pat it in here. You don't want to cake it on there, you know, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying. And another thing that I do is I'm gonna take a little fluffy brush, and I'm going to put this powder also in my eyebrows, and I do basically bake my eyebrows. So I put a light amount, a real light amount in the beginning of my eyebrow, and then I put a heavier amount at the ends. Now you don't, like, you want to be like, it might look like I'm going in with this powder and pushing it in, but you don't have to push it in that hard. Lightly tap All right. So we are finished with that. Now we can start with our foundation. So when I use my foundation, I use the Maybelline Superstay foundation in coconut. And I also use the matte coconut as well. I feel like, you know, the regular matte coconut, I feel like I do it like this because this one is really red and this one is kind of like yellow. I have reddish undertones, warm undertones, whatever you want to call it. So I noticed putting these together give me the best look. Now I'm gonna let you guys know, I used my brushes yesterday and I did not wash them this morning. Do not get on me, because I know I'm gonna have a couple of people be like, oh, what's up with your brushes? Okay, I used them on my face only yesterday. And I do want to say though, you should wash your brushes after every use. Okay, I understand that, but I did not. Life happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Maybelline Superstay one and put it on my face. So I use a brush instead of a beauty blender. I like using the brush for this part more than the beauty blender. I feel like it gives it a better coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same ankle brush that I used for my concealer. I wiped it off. I'm going to dip it into the coconut and put that on my face as well. So now I'm about to take my brush and we're about to blend it in. Blend it all out. So it is looking a little bit, now I just want to confront this before I get somebody else who just watches the video a little bit and don't watch the whole video. It is looking a little yellow, okay? Because I put too much of the other coconut in there. So I do use a powder at the end, and that powder brings it to like my chest. As you can see, my chest is kind of like a little reddish, you know what I'm saying? So that powder is a little bit more red, my MAC powder, and it's going to bring it back to how it should be. So I take my setting spray and I spray. Then I take fan and I fan it down just a tad. I take the Bare Minerals Prime Time, boom, a small, like I mean extremely small amount, not like I did last time, y'all, like real small. I keep messing up. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Might as well just put it all over there because I just totally freaked it. And I mean, these are really light amounts. I mean, it might look like a lot on camera, but I promise you, like in person, it's really light amounts that I'm using. So I take my sponge and I dab this in. And then I take some of that Laura Mercier powder, and when I say you want to do the bare minimum with this powder, and then you just pat it in. And I promise you, it does not feel cakey at all. And this will help your makeup last all day. Like, I promise you it will. It's looking like this. We could do our primer. I mean, not primer, but, you know, we're going to highlight and contour. So I use Tarte Shape Tape. I use Deep. And what I do with Deep is I got to get some more makeup, y'all. I'm running out. So with Deep, I just put it like this. So yeah, so that's what I use for Deep. Hold on, boom. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm so extra. So this is what I use for Deep, and I do fan it down just a tad. Like, you don't have to make it dry or anything like that. Just fan it down a little bit. So then you're gonna take Tan Deep Sand. This is what I use. I use 3 of them. I mean, you could get away with just using 2, but because I have 3, I use 3 of them. So Tan Deep Sand, I put it like this under my eye. I don't do as much. I'll try to fix this lighting so you can see it. Alright, the lighting I fixed it, but I don't use you know, as much, and I put it like right under my eyes too. I don't put it under my on my nose. I only put the other one under my nose, which is lighter than this one. So boom. So I take tan sand now, which is a little bit lighter than this shade, and I put this right under my eye like that, and that gives you like a really bright under eye, and it helps conceal that, like that those bags. And then what I do, especially, and this is a trick that I learned on my own from trial and error, if you're scared that you're going to get flashback or something because you're using really light concealer, what you can do is put some of your foundation, like a dab of your foundation, like on your concealer, and it's going to tone it down a lot. That's what I'm about to do right now. Like, I'm going to take some of my foundation with that same angled brush, and I'm going to take the red one since I put a little bit too much of the more yellow coconut. So I'm going to take the one that's really red, and I'm going to just dab it. And I only do a little bit because, like I said, you don't want to take your highlight completely off. Alright guys, I am back. I hope it's not too different. The angle isn't too different from what it was before. I did let it dry for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and you know, push it in. I like to use my e.l.f. brush. It's a little fluffy, but it's not too fluffy but it's a little fluffy. So I'm about to use this, and all I'm doing is I'm patting it in. Yeah, so now we're about to move on to contour. So this is what it looks like. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying the best I can with this sun. But this is what it looks like. You know, you want to just make sure you pat everything in as much as possible. What I'm about to do now is get my L'Oreal Infallible long wear shaping sticks. It's about time for me to get more of these. I used 3 of them, but this boy I used to talk to recently, we just recently stopped talking.
Bruh.
His mom, she gave me, like, she had a whole bunch of makeup, and she just started giving me makeup, bless her heart. She's a real one for that. But she gave me makeup, and she gave me a Anastasia Beverly Hill Truffle foundation stick, and I've been using this instead of the second color for my Infallible, L'Oreal Infallible, whatever, shaping sticks. So she gave me this, and I started using this. It's really nice. I like it. It's like a shade darker than what I wear, and I like it because it's really matte. I like a lot of mattifying stuff. So I'm about to ooh, that was a lot. See what I mean? You can't really see on camera, but it's okay. We're gonna fix that. And I'm gonna put it around my forehead, all around my face, like so. And I'm gonna put it under the chin, like this. And then I take that same, well, I'm gonna take a different brush this time because why not? Like, I'm tired of using that angle brush. So I take this brush right here. Damn, that was a lot on that side, y'all. And I'm not even about to look in the camera and play myself for my nose because this is important. Oh, it's so hard trying to do nose contour. contour looking straight. It's not looking how I typically have it, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. And then, you know, do like a V, like that. And then I like to take a little bit and put it like a line right there. So this one, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Foundation Stick. I think this one is Espresso. It's really, really dark. So I use Espresso and I put that. You don't want to go heavy, y'all. Let me not even play myself. So this one I kind of messed up. The other side I put too much. This side I ain't put enough. So that's how I do that. All right, so I'll take another angle brush. I got a lot of angle brushes, y'all. And this is, I believe, dang, which one is this? I can't remember which one this is, but it's pretty light and it's almost gone. Like I said, I have to re-up on my makeup, but it's almost gone. But I put that like everywhere, and I put this on top of the other color. It's the angle brush that I use. And then I use this precision brush right here to like kind of blend it all in a little bit more. And then I use this fluffy brush to kind of blend it in even more. Yeah, I have a lot of brushes, but blending is very important, y'all. You do not want harsh contour. So when I do the cheeks, I go up. And then when I do around here, I kind of pat out. All right, so the reason why I go up on the cheeks is because you don't want to bring your contour all the way down here, and that's why I said I kind of put a lot on that I was not trying to put on, because when you push your contour all the way down, it just looks messy, like it's not even a contour at that point. All right, so now that I blended out as much as I could with that, I'm gonna take this, my Precision e.l.f. brush. And this is a foundation precision brush. I don't like it for my foundation, honestly, but I do like it for my contour, like blending it all in. Now, if you put the contour too like close on your forehead, you can always take your concealer and basically erase your mistakes, okay? I wish you could do that in real life. And as you can see, it's kind of like fading out how harsh those lines were. So you take your time when you do this. And then I'm using this brush, and I'm about to just go over it. Now this brush, like I said, I don't know what this brush is. This is the guy I was talking to, mom. She gave me a lot of stuff. Like she gave me this brush too. So it's like it really fluffs everything out. So that's what I use for that. So I'm going to take this concealer brush and I'm just going to go over everything just to like further diffuse some of those harsh lines and kind of bring back if I went a little bit too overboard with the contour. Like I said, I went down too far with this contour. I'm about to put this right under there and it's going to clean it up. Same thing on this side, put this right under there, then it's going to clean it up. So what I like to do for my nose is I like to take another e.l.f. brush. It's really small. I think it's the smallest blending brush that they have. Yeah, it's an eye crease brush, e.l.f. And I take this, and this is what it looks like. And then I just blend out my nose contour. So I'm gonna take this brush, which is slightly bigger than the other one, and I'm just gonna diffuse it even more. Alright, so I'm back. Got my Too Faced Born This Way powder. This is what it looks like. And it is really good. So I take the Laura Mercier powder first, and I put it right up to my nose contour like this, and all right there. Dab it all over here. dab it all over here. Put it right in the middle of my nose. And right at the edge. And that's why I put that. And I'm gonna take my Born This Way powder, Too Faced Born This Way powder. And I'm gonna put it all at the bottom and where the Laura Mercier hair is. And this is the same brush I use to put on my eyebrows, like the powder for my eyebrows. And I'm gonna put it under the contour to kind of sharpen that up and kind of erase that mistake I made. And then I put it on my nose. And this will lighten up that nose contour. So like I said, don't worry if you made that nose contour a little bit too dark. Blend it out as much as you can. And then you can tap over it with some of your stuff. So as I like to spray my setting spray. I'll spray my little setting spray, fan it down, and then I take a damp sponge and I just pat everything in. So I'm going to use a angled fluffy brush. It don't have to be angled, but I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to wipe off all of this powder. You don't have to like do it hard. Don't do it hard. Use a light hand. I know it might look like I'm doing it real hard. It's just because I'm doing it fast. And just wipe off the powder. So now I'm about to set that powder contour. Set the contour with powder. So I use my mineral powder by Kiss. You could get this RK by Kiss, you know what I'm saying? You can get this at the beauty supply store. That's where I get mine. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Oh, so this isn't even a Real Techniques brush. This is a Ruby Kiss brush. So that's what these are, Ruby Kiss brushes. But I'm gonna take my angled brush, and I got this in the deepest shade, which is ebony, and I use this for my cheeks. So this is kind of going to diffuse that contour too. You can kind of still see where I messed up at, but it's okay. So you're going to do the same thing with your nose. I use like a fluffy brush. Got this from Ulta, fluffy angled brush, and I use a lighter shade, and I do that for my nose contour. And you do not want to use a lot. And you can use your finger to kind of lighten it up a little bit. So that's that. And now I'm going to use my highlight. I'm going to highlight. Oh, it's my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Chocolate. Oops. And I'm going to use my fan. Boom. Boom. And don't fret. Like I said, I use a powder after. To set everything. I use a powder, and I also I use a smaller fan brush. I'm about to spray again with this, and then I use my MAC powder, MAC Studio Fix. Now this is NW43, which is my shade, but it's yellow. I typically use NW45, which brings my color back to red. So it's gonna be looking a little bit off until I get that check tomorrow. Payday tomorrow for me, so yes, thank the Lord, to get NW45. But it is what it is. I don't think it looks that bad, if we're being real. Don't look that bad, but hey. So I'm about to use, I didn't fan because didn't have to, but I'm about to put this on there. And the guy in the store, he was like, oh yeah, this fits you. And it really did look like it fit me. But when I get into like different lighting and stuff, you could tell like this is pretty, like this one is pretty yellow. It doesn't bring it back to the red, which sucks. But I mean, like I said, NW45 will save my life tomorrow when I go get it after I pick up my check. So lastly but not least is the eyelashes. So I use, it really don't matter what type of mascara you use, at least I don't feel like it does. This is Last Sensational by Maybelline, and I just do my lashes before I put mascara on my lashes before I put on my lash. So that and I'm about to put on my lashes. I got these from the hair store for $8.99, and this is the brand Cashmere Rose. I wanted to keep them kind of like light. My dogs are barking because they hear my mom's boyfriend outside. But I wanted to keep it kind of light today. So I'm going to use, oh, I already have, what am I doing? I already have some. I just want to show y'all what it looks like. So before I do that, I'm going to spray this one more time. You guys can give it the setting spray. And you want to let that dry. Sorry, moving kind of fast, y'all. I got to get my baby. Period. And now I'm going to pat it one last time just to lock everything in place. This is the last time I'm going to do that. The last time I'm gonna do it. Boom, just pat everything in place. And this is what my face looks like. I'm about to put on my moles. To put on my moles, I use my NYX matte liquid liner in black. I'm about to put on my moles. I'm about to do my lips, put on my lashes, put on my wig and my clothes, and close out the video. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. This is the full makeup look. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will leave all of the details along with my social media down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, enjoy your day. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. You are very much appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one.